And so here we are, part two. If you saw the first one, you already know what's going to happen. If you didn't, Monday on Astral Oracles, welcome to some crystal workshopping. Like, how do you tap into how do you tap into the energy of a crystal? You can do this yourself, and it's a very helpful method of learning how to channel and focus energies. What you're essentially doing when you are channeling is you are focusing your attention to amplify a certain frequency by letting it into your energy space. So let's say I'm talking to Umlaman, the Arcturians, and so what I do is I kind of connect to their major energy signature, and then I bring my energy field into resonance with this, and this begins to amplify the Arcturian energy, and this is sort of the shift in energy you feel. And then I can then also translate the messages because I sort of get a verbal feed within that energy stream. So that's essentially what happens. But of course, the tricky thing about channeling non-physical entities for most people is that the non-physical, right? It's how do you know that you're tapping into that frequency, and a lot of that is simply also uh, practice and a sort of belief that, well, this feels distinctly different to you, and of course also just I think some confidence in the fact that as long as it's helping people or it's not hurting anybody, then never mind, right? But but it is essentially often what's very challenging for people about connecting to these collectives and amplifying that energy into their field. And of course, why would you want to amplify that energy into your field? Well, it feels good. It helps you. It heals you. So if for nothing else, then for those prosaic reasons that it's a pleasurable experience. But crystals are very helpful in this respect if you want to learn how to channel, because there of course you already have a basic physical signature. You have something that's that's there, that's solid, that's crystalline, and that yet is is a superstructure. So much as your mind or your brain has these kind of, I'm getting very alternative here, but like have these kinds of resonance, holistic resonance chambers that they create this type of way that it funnels energy, but does so with a certain plasticity. Well, you could think of then your mind or that focus you bring in as a crystal that you're constantly changing, right? The prismatic content of your mind. But the crystals, they have a specific energy grid. And so this means that anything that lies within that energy grid is able to bring itself through and focus within that. And if you go into you clear out your mind, you clear out this all the chatter and the space, however you prefer. Uh, Meditation, breath techniques are a good way, right? And then you feel what is actually happening when I pick up this thing. So you sit around without out it, and then you feel like what's what's happening, and what is happening is that you sense your reality has become a little altered, and that altercation, that's the frequency change. That's what resides within this. And so if you want to express this, you can do this tonally. So you don't need to transfer the information. You just bring forward the tone that resides within this. And so least when I do this, this is usually connected to a specific center, or an energy center, or confluence of nerves in the body. So when I did this, it felt like it wanted to move into the absolute center of my skull. Again, a very freaky, secretive, occult vibration. But of course, if you were to do it with, let's do the tourmaline here, then this would be I almost can make this vibration deep enough, but it's sort of this healing baseline that dissolves other higher pitch frequencies when they jam up against it. So it's a very I love tourmaline. I'll just let that state that for the record. But so back to this. So feeling that frequency now, you can then actually, as you hold this and you tapped into this, you could do this for minutes on end if you want to really make sure where you want to bring this frequency in. By doing this, you are using the frequency of the crystal to align your own energy field with it. So if you want to heal yourself, then partially don't use Moldavite. It can do that, but wait a second, because we'll get into talk in a minute. But if you want to heal yourself, like a beautiful piece of quartz here, right? Which is it partially, it can be used to, you can compress different intentions and energies into quartz, but you can also use it just to connect to a basic frequency of light, like and this is like very healing. So this is a way you can work with your crystals and actually also be mindful. Like I also I kind of also love having this dragon's cache of gemstones that I can play around with, but that they actually influence each other and that they create energy grids. So you may also want to focus on sometimes working with one particular frequency, or dedicating like a week or a month of your life to working with quartz, for instance. Okay, so that was some of the crystal preliminary, and now let us see what resides in this, because you noticed I brought forward the information, and now I will do the funny thing where I won't have, I do the TV chef thing sometimes where I kind of tap into the energy beforehand, so I have an idea what's coming forward. I haven't done this time, so let's just see what happens when I condense this tone into speech. Richloch is the name that I prefer to go by, and I am happy to join you here. I am very happy to join you here. Well, I sense that, well, the entity channeling, translating the energy, channeling, you could call it, this day, well, he has a bit of a difficulty finding the proper dialect or tone to assign to the frequency coming through. And it is Rigloch. Well, because I would also like to communicate a certain element of merriment, but at the same time, I do wish that you also take me seriously, because, well, what I come to announce is, well, the development of human beings into multi-dimensional beings. This is sort of an old announcement, isn't it? But see, how this manifests is partially that you gain access to these parallel spaces of reality. And so, in this parallel space of reality that I occupy, that I am using this crystal, this frequency, to communicate with you through. I also come from an accelerated timeline. Approximately, I come from the year 1972 in your time, except, well, the development of this time has been far accelerated, running approximately at a pace at 7.7 times 325, the ratio of incremental development that this density holds. This means that, well, the pattern of human beings, and indeed I do hold quite a lot of human energies, well, they have developed into something else. And so when you find these strange minerals appearing, these gateways on your planet, notice that you may experience or explain them as a way as coming from outer space, and indeed there are certain outer space frequencies, but often there will also be a type of frequency facing. That is, it's an expression of the expansion of the frequency band. And with the expansion of the frequency band of your reality, you are able to apprehend more of physical reality that was hitherto concealed to you. This is simply the way that the vibrality, as it is brought forward in the terminology of this channel, that is the physical reality of the vibrational universe, that this contains all possible things at all possible times within this very framework of experience that you find yourself in at any given time. And yet there are certain specific frequencies that are playing out. The portals that have been opening, that opened 2 days from now, adding up to another two to add to that, well, two. That is, well, now instead of 6 twos, we have seven. We have 7 twos within the numerology, and this sacred number 7, this expansion of this into its dual reality, this is allowing for more of what you may call shadow reality, parallel reality. Chiral reality has been the term described by or used by reptilian frequencies coming through this vessel as well. Well, these realities, they are becoming more and more visible. And as they do, you will notice that the constraints of physical space around you, they are indeed beginning to falter. What you may have sensed as, well, physically impossible, to quote, for instance, a line, the idea that two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Well, not in the objective sense of the word, not in objective reality, but you are becoming more and more of your spiritual being. And so this is merging into the physical reality, expanding physical reality, And so you are experiencing, for instance, in your interpersonal relationships, that greater overlaps of dynamics of true resonance are becoming, well, exposed in your physical life. And so these ideas of soul mating, of attracting certain frequencies in other persons that are in deep harmony with the frequencies within you and attracting these lessons within them. Well, these these are experiences that are being amplified and that are being, let's say, invited into your spaces. Also, magic is quite powerful, so anything that you care for or that you care to manifest, you may sense that, well, this will be aided by the universe. And so, what this our friend here was speaking to in a previous video was also that this wrapping up of the circumstantial energies, the pressuring energies, the energies of the milieu or the environment, the conditional and conditioning energies, they are wrapping up. And so the creative energies, the manifesting energies, the energies of intention, of envisioning, of vibrating at a frequency and experiencing your reality change in according with that, those are all ramping up. And so enjoy this indeed, as you begin to communicate with more aspects of your expanded humanity. And so I have given myself Grinnoch, the name here, because it relates to a certain amplification of the concept of time. And so the concept of time is also something that's beginning to become less sequential. And as it becomes less sequential, you find out that the narratives running through in your life, they run through this life of yours purposefully, full of deep meaning and harmony. This is the message that I will bring you from the alternate timelines. See that as you expand, that you also remember to ground into the expansive understanding of the past, the widening story of who we were, who we are as a species, who we are becoming together as timelines merge in love. Farewell to you, my brothers and sisters, with blessings. Goodbye. That was unexpected. I did not see that coming. Very interesting, for me at least. So I hope you took something from that workshop, and I'd be remiss to remind you, if you made it this far, that there's a live stream tomorrow night, February 25th, 2022, where you can join and ask the Intergalactic Council questions. So much love to you guys.